Amazing to see creatives coming together and for a good cause too, to make a valid point about technology. You know, we should all not get too attached to our phones because at the end of the day, when it's no longer useful, it becomes scrap. And that's what this artist uses to create his wonderful works of art.
The event is twofold, an exhibition by contemporary artist Dotun Popoola.
The Metal and Metaphor is a documentary, it's a book, it's a compendium, it's a catalog, it's a thesis, it's a research material that I put together for posterity. I mean, a collection of all my works that I created in the last 2 years. So put them together, and I called about 4 scholars to do a critical review of my works.
He has penned his artistic journey in words which were edited by veteran art historian Moyo Oketiji for the people to be inspired as well.
For me, it's such an inspiring journey to have an artist here in Nigeria for 4 decades and being able to bring forward some of his artistic practice for us to enjoy, and not just to enjoy, but also to inspire Nigerians, and not just Nigerians in Nigeria, but Nigerians around the world. Because there's so much negative narratives around what it is to be a Nigerian, but then having someone like Dotun Popoola through his artistic works to be able to tell a story of our culture and in a way to celebrate his 40th birthday, for me, I think is commendable.
These hyper-realistic images always gives the audience a lift because items they can connect with are being utilized to create these sculptural pieces.
The kind of approach he has to sculpture, by paying very serious attention to details and glamorizing, something static sculpture to become very lively and alive. Is something that is very unique. Then the kind of size that he uses, blowing it up to impressionable and unforgettable sizes is also part of the trick. And I think his sense of history is very important because for each of the artworks there are stories to tell.
He has brought something new into metal sculpture. We have always had metal sculpture in Nigeria, but by the proportion of his work, by the quality of finish, by the forms, generally, how he made them presentable to the public. He has really done a great work, and I think it's worthy of being documented, and that's what we have done.
Popoola's works are enigmatic. The description that is popularly given is that he is doing metal work. But the truth is he's marrying so many things together in his work. It's a synergy of painting, sculpture, weaving, performance, all in one piece. And I think that is why it's having this very strong attraction.
But it goes beyond the objects and creative process, which takes time and precision. There are also hidden messages which the artist intends to convey to his viewers.
Looking at that piece, I'm looking at the thought process that goes into it. The the vision that goes into it, the creativity that goes into it. So for somebody to create something like this, it shows that person has a very, very active mind and a very creative mind. A mind that is so open to so many things, and it shows talent.
The works are monumental, and the works are inspirational too, and the works are strong cultural roots. And I think it's very important for us to celebrate our identity. Sometimes we feel like we are not sufficient enough, we are not enough in our skin, we are not enough in our practice. But I think if we look long enough, we can see who we are, what we have, and it's very important that we celebrate what we have. If we don't celebrate what we have, nobody will do that for us.
The sense of history is very important, because for each of the artworks, there are stories to tell. And this is how we can entrench stories, history, and culture in the art of Africa and export it, all over the globe.
The thing is, Dotun will say, out of the broken pieces of your past, there is an edifice of hope. And that is to tell the youth that out of rubbish, we can bring out rubies. Like, bringing out good things out of scrap. So nobody should actually turn his or herself away. There is hope for the nation.
Is a man of excellence, and you see, excellence has a body language. So for those who come in contact with his works, they will see it and understand it. It's not just producing art for art's sake. It's making statements. It's pushing boundaries. It's turning waste to wealth.
I believe the human brain is built to create, and I know that there are a lot of things within my cranium that I want to bring to the world. There are a lot of untapped resources within me, so I always want to do something new, and I feel the nation has really inspired me to create a lot of stuffs, and our nature. So if you look at most of my works, you see a lot of animals. So I love animals. I love to express myself, and these are things that keeps me going. Every time I innovate, I create, I bring out something new to the world.
Metal and Metaphor is a book unveiling an art exhibition by contemporary sculptor Dotun Popoola in Lagos.
It's good to see Dotun Popoola sharing his knowledge with the world, especially for the younger creators.